Rising Stars. Happy Thursday and day 24, I believe, of our program. So today, the topic that Laura wanted me to chat with you guys about was about Facebook groups and when to start them and why and how to make them great. I just have a couple quick things to say about that because I think you guys all do great at that anyway. And I have another idea, which you're probably not going to like, but we're doing it. So, lucky you. Okay, so, Facebook groups. I know some of you have your own little Facebook group and some of you don't. Most of you are on and active and participating in Queen of Scent. I feel like if you have your own Facebook group, awesome. They're great for creating a community. They're great for sharing the latest and greatest from Scentsy. Because let's face it, as much as we want everyone to go to the workstation and check the news tab every day, it doesn't always happen. And everyone's on Facebook at some point during the day. It seems like I think they're most effective for creating community. I think they're most effective for sharing tips and tricks and ideas. They're definitely most effective when everybody participates. So if it's just me or just you sharing all the time, that's not super fun for everyone. So I know you've probably noticed every once in a while I will throw in something like non-Scentsy, like I did, what's your middle name? Or, you know, you can post a picture of your pet, something to get us to all know each other because we are all on one team. We're all one big happy family spread out from the West Coast to the East Coast, right? So that's what makes it fun. It's just like we talked about how social media is social media. So it's all about the social piece, and I love using our team pages to be social with each other and have fun with each other. So that's kind of my take on Facebook groups. I hope if you have one, you would think about doing the same. I hope you're active on our page, which every single one of you is. I'm on some of your group pages, and they're wonderful. You do a great job. I know, Carrie, I'm on your group page. You and Amanda, I'm on your group page too, and you guys do a great job of sharing encouraging things, giving shout outs and sharing news from Scentsy, and just you do a really good job of balancing that all. So if you don't want to start a Facebook group yet, I think that's okay too. I don't think that there's any rule that says you have to once you hit a certain level, or that you can't until you hit a certain level. So there's no right or wrong here. So that's my piece on Facebook groups. If you have any questions or you're thinking about doing one or anything like that, please put it in the comments and let's hear from those who have one and what they think on it and whatnot. So moving on from Facebook groups, because that's short and y'all know I can't only talk for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I've got a challenge for us. So this kind of goes along with what I was talking about yesterday, and doing stuff with friends and doing stuff with peer pressure helps us to get out of our comfort zones. So I know that when we do a booking blitz at an event, it kind of makes everyone feel a little uneasy, right? But it's easier because everybody else in the room is booking parties. And guess what? It's effective and parties get booked, just like our world premiere this past weekend. So one thing that's come up is sharing samples and leaving your information. And I'm totally guilty of doing the leave and run, I call it, where I put my business card and sample in the bank drive-thru, push send, and drive off as fast as I can. And then hope that by the next time I go back, they're not going to remember that it was me that did that. And that's great. I think that's effective too, because you never know who's going to get your information when and what they're going to do with it and who they're going to pass it on with. I mean, I'm not knocking those techniques, and I say keep doing them. It's also a great starting point if you're nervous leaving and busting out of your comfort shell and doing that kind of thing. I'm sure none of you guys are, because you've been around for a while, you've been doing this for a while. I know for a fact Nicole gives a sample anytime anybody hands her a receipt. She hands them a sample. That's amazing. That's a great idea. So what we're going to do is we have 24 hours. It's 3 o'clock in Montana. So whatever that is, wherever you are. On Thursday, we have until this time on Friday to hand out a sample and some sort of product information of any sort. So I'm getting ready to make my possibility packets for February. So everything's spread out across the guest bed, which doubles as an office table / thing. Only time this area is cleaned off is when my parents come and stay. Okay. Product list, sample. I'm actually making scent of the month samples right now downstairs with wax. But something like this, and your info on it, my info is right there at the top of this. Could be different. Could be business cards and sample. It doesn't have to be all this. But leave this with someone. And, leave this with someone and take a picture with them. Ask them. And you can tell them too, I'm in this group challenge and my Scentsy director has challenged me to give this sample to someone and get my picture with them. And then you're just going to post this on the comments so that you can prove to us that you did it. And we're all going to do it. I'm going to do it too, and I'm nervous. So, that's what we're going to do. So, make some samples. You've got a little bit of time to get your samples ready and everything prepared. Get your car and your bag loaded up so when you're out and about, you can give out samples. Because creating little micro relationships with the people who you see every day is a great way to bust beyond your family and friends and get your name out there. So that's what we're going to do. So if you're an overachiever, you can do more than one too. And let us know how it goes.